Hello, my name's Dennis McMahon. I'm the founder of PMG Funds and also current chairman of Pacific Property Fund. I started the business back in the early 90s with a clear view in mind, and that was to build a business that was offering a professional, bespoke, personal service to investors. And basically my mantra was, and still remains to this day, and I know it's true of the current management and executive, that I discovered that what was good for investors basically by default was also good for the business. So that was the principle along which the business progressed through the 90s, doing its first syndication in 1994 in Tauranga in this very building, $2.2 million. And basically that syndication procedure then developed over the remaining 90s and through into the 2000s, was going along quite successfully. It was well received by investors. They liked the idea of the hands-on ownership of the property. They liked the bespoke personal service. 2008 came along, global financial crisis, and it did change quite a bit in the world economy and how people reacted to things. So it did colour my view of the world at the time. The syndications actually performed very well throughout that era, but it did cause me to reflect on, was there a better way to perhaps deliver the sustainable long-term returns that investors are seeking? And so by 2012, when I engaged Scott McKenzie as the CEO, we started looking at the whole situation, and basically the conversation led to the development of unlisted funds and the merging of a lot of the syndications. Sounds simple when you say it like that, but it was a 2-year process. There was an awful lot involved in it in terms of taking the investors along on the journey and explaining why we were doing it. Basically the resilience of scale, the more consistency and continuity of income, all things that are dear to the investors' hearts. So we formed Pacific Property Fund in 2014 with one property. Today it's got roughly $500 million under management. So that has grown very nicely over the last 11 years organically, and is performing incredibly well today with a very strong portfolio. So we know that aggregation and scale argument works. The investors have seen it work. And I'm sure that in this challenging, uncertain world that we live in today, the geopolitical uncertainty that is everywhere we look at the moment around the world, that resilience and scale will be an evolving argument as the funds and the business goes forward.
It's a real privilege to carry forward the legacy Dennis started and continue building on the trust PMG has earned for now over 30 years. The past few years have presented significant challenges: persistent inflation, high interest rates, global economic and geopolitical uncertainty, all of which has impacted markets everywhere. Now, despite this, we've worked hard to stick to our core strategy. Our focus remains on ensuring our funds and your investments remain stable and strong. Our move over a decade ago to a diversified funds model across multiple geographies, buildings, sectors and tenants has laid a solid foundation for enduring performance. We've seen steady growth within the portfolio over the years. Now, this has been an intentional strategy to ultimately improve the income resilience of our funds and therefore sustainable returns to yourselves as investors. Equally, like most industries, we're seeing growing regulatory burden and a steady increase in compliance costs, which, without scale, is a headwind to further growth in returns. With many of our existing investors currently invested across multiple funds, the opportunity to simplify our funds through further consolidation, just as we did over a decade ago when bringing syndicates together, makes good sense. The goal is simply to achieve greater strength for scale, cost efficiencies, more income resilience and improved liquidity. We believe now is the right moment to consider this natural next step with the possible merging of funds together. Over the last 6 months, we've undertaken a comprehensive strategic review of our funds, anchored by what we believe is in the best interest of investors. Today, we're excited to begin sharing some initial high-level ideas about what the future might look like. Over the coming months, we need your help. We'll be seeking your feedback and thoughts on the proposal to merge select funds together. By no means has any decisions been made, nor outcomes predetermined. Your feedback is important to us and will genuinely help us shape the pathway forward. Now, I appreciate a proposal for change can be unsettling. Please be rest assured this isn't something we'll be rushing into anytime soon. Any formal proposal for investor consideration will need to meet our principal test. Is this in the best interest of you as investors?
Our focus remains clear and unchanged, delivering sustainable returns and long-term value growth for our unit and shareholders. We're now proposing a possible merging of some retail funds together into one streamlined, more efficient fund. This consolidation will deliver significant benefits, including greater diversification across sectors, regions and tenants, providing stronger income stability and long-term value. Enhanced scale, allowing us to seize wider growth opportunities and reduce internal competition for capital. Improved cost efficiency, reduction in long-term capital raising, acquisition and lending costs, including consolidating auditors from 3 to 1, and a simplified, more seamless investment experience for all unit and shareholders. We believe this is the best strategy, backed by years of feedback from many of you, and the timing is now right. Change can be unsettling, but rest assured, we will be reaching out to you over the coming months to get your feedback. A further update will be given at our annual general meeting on August the 14th in Tauranga, with a live stream available for those who can't attend in person. We remain committed to building on over 30 years of proven success and delivering the sustainable, reliable returns and growth you've come to expect. Thank you, as always, for your continued confidence. Keep an eye out for invitations to our upcoming annual general meetings, which will be sent out over the coming weeks. We look forward to seeing you and answering your questions directly.
This is an exciting next step in the journey. As we share more information in the coming months ahead, we're really looking forward to your feedback as we consider changes to ultimately ensure the success of your investment endures for many years to come. Thank you.